5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Engines full power and lift off. Go Falcon, go Bandwagon 3.
Up and on its way into orbit. On board a small scientific experiment to see if astronauts can grow food for themselves in test tubes. It's a mini version of this setup. Bubbling away is genetically modified yeast. It's producing proteins that's dried into a powder which can be turned into all sorts of food.
They can produce proteins, they can produce fats, they can produce carbohydrates, fibers, and then they can be combined to do different recipes and different type of dishes in the end.
Imagine having a 3D bioprinter and printing out the steak that you would like to have in the space station.
You could turn it into a steak.
Yes, that's the aim.
Right now, eating in space isn't a gourmet experience. Although the astronauts are enjoying themselves, the food itself isn't much fun. A lot of it is freeze-dried, they have the same things most days, and it's really pricey. The researchers are doing this experiment because it's so expensive to send food into space. It costs around £20,000 to feed one astronaut for one day. And those costs are only going to spiral if NASA achieves its aim of having tens and eventually hundreds of astronauts living and working in space. So, lab-grown food like this could be a cheaper and, believe it or not, tastier alternative. Jakob's job is to turn the chemistry into cuisine. All his ingredients can be lab-grown. They aren't yet, but he's practicing for the day they can. Making spicy dumplings today, but anything is possible.
Anything from French cuisine, Chinese cuisine, Indian cuisine, any kind of cuisine will be possible to be replicated in space, just because we'll be able to produce different components.
Helen Sharman was Britain's first astronaut when she went to the Soviet Union's Mir space station in 1991. What does she think of what could be the food of the future? Gorgeous, aren't they?
I thought they were fantastic. I love the burst of flavour. They taste, I don't think I've ever really tasted anything exactly like that, but I would love to have that kind of thing in space.
Is it important to get the food right for astronauts in space?
One of the biggest problems actually is that food is just boring in space. And so the astronauts tend to often lose body mass, we'd say lose weight on Earth, just because they're not eating so much, because they've not got that variety and that interest.
The experiment will be in Earth's orbit for just a few hours. It'll be the first of several experiments in space to help develop the technology. If all goes well, astronauts on the International Space Station could be trying out some lab-grown food in just a few years' time. Pallab Ghosh, BBC News.